Good morning. We're going to start today with a fun tutorial. This is going to be how to add a transparent text area to an image. I've already selected my image online. You'll see in 1 second. And I need to open up Adobe Photoshop CS6. I can do that by going right here to my Start menu. If you don't see it there, no problem. Just type in Photoshop, and it should be your best match. The first thing I'm going to do, or that you need to do, is you need to grab an image from the web or an image that you've taken for this tutorial. Go ahead and go to File, Open, and find that image. I chose an image that I named New York Skyline, and I'm going to open it. The first thing I need to do, once I have my image open, is look over here in my Layers panel. We see the image sitting on the background layer, which is currently my only layer in my document. We're going to add a blank layer, which we can do by clicking the new layer icon at the bottom of the Layers panel. So again, if I go to the bottom of the Layers panel, you see right here the tool, Create a New Layer. Photoshop adds a new blank layer named Layer 1 above the image on the background layer. We're going to take this new layer and we're going to fill it with white. To do that, we're going to go up to the Edit menu, and we're going to find the Fill command. This opens the Fill dialog box. Make sure that you set the Use option at the top of the dialog box to white. Make sure that you set your blending mode to normal, and the opacity is set to 100%. Once all of your settings are correct, click OK. Photoshop fills layer 1 with white, and since layer 1 is sitting above the background layer, the solid white temporarily blocks the photo from view in the document window. We can make our photo visible again by going to the opacity option in the top right corner of the Layers panel, and we can change it to a lower number. Notice that as I choose a lower number, the photo becomes more and more visible, and if my opacity was set to 0%, it would look as if there was no layer above it. To start with this tutorial, I'm going to set my opacity to 70%. Let's add some text. Select the Type tool from the Tools panel. With your Type tool selected, choose your font and font size, and make sure that the text color is set to black. Don't worry too much about the font size for now, since we'll resize the text to the exact size we need in a moment, but notice that I'm going to set mine to 36 point. With all of the font options set, click inside the document window with the Type tool and add your text. Because I chose a New York City skyline, I'm going to type New York City. When you're done, click the check mark at the top in the options bar to accept the text and exit out of our text editing mode. If we look again in the Layers panel, we see our new type layer sitting above our white background. Now we're going to resize what we just typed with the Free Transform tool. To do that, we can go up to the Edit menu and scroll down to Free Transform. You can also see the shortcut right here, Control-T. With the Free Transform, this places the Free Transform box and handles around the text. To resize the text, simply click on a handle in one of the corners and drag it diagonally to make the text larger or smaller. Hold down your Shift key on your keyboard to keep the original shape of the letters intact as you resize the text. You can also move the text around the inside of the document by clicking anywhere in the Free Transform box. Again, I can click on the text, and now I'm able to move it exactly where I want it on my document. I'm going to try and center it horizontal or align it horizontally on my document, and I'm going to have it overlap the city on my skyline. We're gonna now add our type layer and layer 1 to a layer group. To do this, I'm gonna go to my toolbar and I'm gonna select my move tool and hit apply for my transformation. I need to select both my type layer and my layer 1, and to do that I'm going to hold down Control and left click with my mouse on layer 1. This will select both layers at once, and both should be highlighted in light blue. With both layers selected, go to the layer menu at the top of the screen and choose Group Layers. This will place both layers into a new layer group with Photoshop names Photoshop names Group 1. If you click on the small triangle to the left of the folder, you'll be able to open the group and see the two layers inside of it. Now that the two layers are inside their own group, we can add our transparency effect to the text. Click on the type layer to select it. With the type layer selected, click on the small menu icon in the top right corner of the Layers panel. This opens a menu with various layer panel related options. Choose Blending Options from the list. This will open your large layer style dialog box set to the main blending options. Look for the knockout option in the advanced blending section and change it from none to shallow. Then drag the fill opacity slider above it all the way to the left to set it to 0%. You can see the preview in the background. And because we've made the text transparent, right, it's as if the shapes have been knocked out of it, revealing the original photo on the background layer panel. Select OK. Finally, let's resize the white transparent background so it surrounds the text without covering up the entire image. Click on Layer 1 in the Layers panel to select it. Resize the background with Free Transform. Remember, we can either go up to the Edit menu and select Free Transform, or we can just select Ctrl-T. Simply click and drag the top and bottom transform handles. I'm going to leave just a little bit of the background of layer 1 above and below my text. Once you're happy with how it looks, go ahead and hit Enter to accept the change. At this point, you can go back and readjust the opacity for layer 1. Remember, we originally set it to 70%, but you could lighten that or darken it. Remember, increasing the opacity value will make the text more readable, while decreasing it will allow the text to fade more into the original image. So I like the look of that, but again, I'm going to keep it somewhere in that 60 to 70% range. Again, that's my personal preference. My text, I feel, is easy to read, right? And that's how we add a transparent type surrounded by a semi-transparent background to an image using a layer group and a couple of the advanced blending options in Photoshop. Good job, and I hope you enjoyed this. Finally, don't forget to save this